We will start the press conference by Foreign Minister Motegi. The floor is yours, Minister. If you have any questions, please ask your questions. Please come forward to the microphone and please tell us your name and organization before the question. Any question, please. Harakawa-san, Sankei. Harakawa of Sankei. From today, Malaysia, Taiwan, and with 5 countries and regions, there will be a stepwise relaxations of cross-border personal movement, including residential tracks, including other countries that there is consultation. Your prospect about future consultation about the expansion of the countries. On the 18th of June, on the 22nd of July, and by the decision of the Corona Taisek headquarters, together with 16 countries and regions, we have conducted consultations about the restart of a trial cross-border movement of persons, as you are aware. First of all, about the residence tracks. First of all, the 4 countries, including Vietnam and Thailand, it is already being implemented. And just the other day, it was announced that from today, with Malaysia, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Taiwan, between these 5 countries and regions, the residence track is to be initiated. Regarding the business tracks, just the other day, on the visit to Singapore by myself, we have agreed that we shall try to start from September. Out of the 18 regions, we are conducting our consultations. So the 16 countries and regions that are subject to these areas, and where the infection is contained and when there are large business needs, between such areas we wish to expand the regions. We will watch the situation and review the matters.
Next question. Pan Orit News, Ashari-san, please.
News. Mr. I think you were talking about those who had re-entry permit. Now my question is about those who don't have any visa to Japan, and if somebody in any country wants to come and visit Japan, when do you think the ban on such people to have a visa to come and visit Japan for the first time is going to be relaxed? We know some, maybe some diplomatic people or VIP or American military, they can come. But what about the ordinary people? Do you think in the near future people can have a visa and come visit Japan?
With regards to resumption of cross-border travel, we need to ensure that it will be in balance with the prevention of infection. And with regards to countries, we will be looking at countries or regions in which the spread of the virus is subsiding or has subsided. We will start with business-related people, and then eventually we will open up to foreign students, international students with higher needs, and eventually we will expand the scope in order to allow the general public, including tourists. This will be done in a phased manner. And so, as I have mentioned, the residence track and the business track, this has been opened. And for the business track and business track, to what extent we will be able to open the scope of countries that will be subject to this, this is being considered. And as for those who has residency status, and the cancellation of lifting of suspension of landing, it would also depend on to what extent the infection is spreading in those countries and regions. Those will be taken into account.
Next question, Misodogi-san, Nikkei Shimbun. Misodogi, Nikkei. The government of Germany has issued a new guideline on the Indo-Pacific. Japan is advocating for OIP, and I see some alignment. What is the observation about the recent German announcement? The guideline issued by the government of Germany, I highly appreciate and positively appreciate. Between Japan and Germany, we have already been discussing the importance of free and open Indo-Pacific, also between the ministers, and the guideline adopted by Germany this time. In terms of the essence, the global order going forward shall be determined in the Indo-Pacific, and the basic policy of the German government has been decided in the form of a cabinet decision. This guideline, Japan has been working on the freedom of navigation, rule of law, or connectivity, or ASEAN also has the AOIP outlook, and Japan advocates for free and open Indo-Pacific. With all of these philosophies, they are in alignment, and therefore it is highly positively appreciated. Of course, we are working with the ASEAN countries and with many countries, including the United States and many European countries. We have been promoting the realization of free and open Indo-Pacific. We have been taking an active leadership. UK or France, not only such countries, but also with Germany as a major partner. We wish to continue this kind of effort.
Next question, please. Any other questions? Takao-san from Kyodo Press. This is Takao from Kyodo Press. Parliamentary matters. The LDP has announced the presidential election today. Mr. Ishiba, Suga-san, and Mr. Kishida, the three people, have announced running for the presidential election. The votes are to take place on the 14th. Any expectations on the presidential election for LDP, and what kind of competencies do you look for in the new leader? I am here in this press conference as the foreign minister. And what I can say in this capacity is that the three candidates have announced that they will be running for the LDP presidential election. They all have their respective strengths and competencies, and I hope that there will be an open election, and that the new president of the LDP will be elected with, and I look forward to a establishment of a new cabinet as soon as possible.
The next question, NHK, please. Watanabe, NHK. From tomorrow, the ASEAN Foreign Ministerials, the online meetings will start. As you plan to participate, what would be the position of Japan? What do you wish to discuss? Please tell us your aspiration as the minister. Yes, tomorrow on the 9th, there will be 3 meetings. The ASEAN plus 3, all of them are foreign ministerials, and Japan ASEAN foreign ministerial, EAS foreign ministerial. On top of that, on the 22nd, there will be the ARF ministerial. Each of them will be held online. I plan to participate in all the events. During this event, the foreign ministers of respective countries, including ASEAN, will be there. Discussion will take place about the COVID-19 or about regional affairs, including South China Sea issues or North Korea, amongst others. That is what we plan to do. My position is, I visited Southeast Asian states recently. In April, there was the special ASEAN plus 3 summit on COVID-19, which was held online. Based on these discussions, I wish to make a proactive contribution to the debate. With regard to cooperation, to strengthen cooperation about COVID-19 and to realize peace and prosperity of the region, I wish to engage in a discussion that will allow us to realize these visions.
Ishinabe-san from Sankei, please. Ishinabe from Sankei Shimbun. 10 years ago, in the off the coast of Senkaku Islands, there was a collision of JCG patrol ship and a fisher vessel from China. And according to a newspaper article, Mr. Kan, the then Prime Minister, had asked to release the captain of this vessel. Your comments on this matter and whether this measure was appropriate. I think various things had taken place during the then administration. I would like to refrain from making comments on each and one of them, but Fukushima 50 movie, I've seen it the other day, and Mr. Ken Watanabe, Kouchi, and Mr. Shiro Sano, who was the Prime Minister, he acted very well. He expressed the confusion that the administrator was in. It was a movie, and it might not have been the actual situation, but I think it was reacted very well. And with regards to this issue, it was something that took place within the Japanese territorial waters. It was interference with a government official in the exercise of duties, and I'm sure there are various views to this and comments that we can make. There are various comments that has been made, and that is for sure.
Watanabe-san, please. Watanabe, follow up to the latest question about Sankei and about what the Foreign Minister Maehara of that time mentioned. As a person experienced with minister, could that not be a leak of confidential information? About the substance and contents, detailed study has not been conducted. I am not sure. However, since you have told me, I shall carefully study the comments.
Any other questions? If not, we would like to close today's press conference. Thank you very much.